You're walking on eggshells, holding on to blame, but what if it's not all yours to carry? Hi, my name is Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle. And what I do for you, my man, is I support you in those moments where you really feel like giving up. I give you the gusto in the wind, to give you the gusto in the wind. I set things up so that you can understand what it means to be the man that you got to be. In this episode today, what if you're not the problem? 3 ways to stop internalizing everyone's stress. Whoa. All right. Before I dive right into that, I want to thank you. If this is your first time watching me, tune in. There's probably some nuggets in here for you that you've just been looking for a long time. And if this is you coming back again, my man, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So, my name is Jesse again, and here we go. We're going to kick off with this. Stop owning what's not yours. Everyone else's mood isn't your responsibility. I can relate to this. This was something, and every now and then I find myself in this little trap. But what it is it's not only a form of people pleasing, because there's some sort of subliminal, some sort of unconscious thought of conditionality here. Hey, if I take on what they're doing and I try and fix it, or I fix it for them, then maybe there's some sort of reciprocation in here for me. That couldn't be the biggest lie, one of the biggest lies out there. That's not what this is intended to do. When you set yourself up like that, you set yourself up for a big fail, a big burnout, and a big, fat, angry you. It's something that must be something that you've got to stop in there, because owning somebody else's issue, unless it's something that you're fully able to and responsible for, and you can go, hey Jesse, you know what, I can take that on from my kids, my wife, my friend, but I know how to let it go. I know how that is to just allow that to be and let it go. That's great. You got to be able to do that. But if you find this if you find yourself in some sort of situation where I can do that. Yeah, I can take that on. Yeah, I can take that on too. But you are getting even more irritated. Here's what's happening below the surface. There's a form of betrayal that's happening here. You're lying to yourself. You are putting everyone else's thing before you. And that's not cool, man. That's not cool. That's something that every now and then, like I said, I find myself caught up in, but I catch it. I'm very good at catching it now, because it's not something that I need to do where I feel like I've got to take everyone else's responsibility on before my own. This is what me time in the morning does, is it creates the remembrance every day of the feeling to be able to be aware of how I feel up against the world when I do that thing with me. All right? Number 2, your calm isn't a fix for their chaos. It's not a fix for their chaos. You can hold peace without absorbing pain. So it's not an opportunity for you to allow their thing to come into your peace, your pleasure of not having to worry about any of those things. It is, I'm in my space, does not give them the right to come into it and muck it up. Not only that, it doesn't give you the opportunity to lower your boundary and go, maybe I can take this one. No, you don't got to if you don't want to. You can if you got the means to get rid of that energy, dispel that energy through breathwork, meditation, going out to the woods, going into your car and screaming your head off. That is assuming the energy and then letting it fester within you. It just doesn't work. That energy is going to have somewhere to go. And whether you believe it or not, on some level, your body is resonating with what I'm saying, because subconsciously, you've done this in the past, like I have, and not acknowledged it within yourself. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's got to have some place to go. It is ubiquitous like air. If it stays in your body, it stays stuck there. And you can't do that. You can't do that, especially if it's not your problem to fix. And not only that, if it is other people's and it's their thing, especially with your kids, let them struggle a little bit. Don't rob them of their ability to grow. As a dad, that one hits me deep down, because I feel that as I say that in my own words. But what I feel within that, as I've read that, is that I got to do better when it comes to my kids, so that I don't rob them of their own childhood when it comes to finding their way through their own emotions. Because yes, they do regulate with me. Yes, they do figure out how to calm down. They need that as a parent. But it's not our job to do every time. They get to feel the struggle. All right? So does your wife. So do your coworkers, your friends. Okay, number 3, ask better questions, not harder ones. If you don't get the answer that you want, find another way to articulate what you want to say. Being meticulous sometimes does not mean that you get to be specific about the words that you want to use. It means being meticulous in your own ability to figure out what you got to say in order to make sense by asking the question, what's really mine to handle today? Because it might not be yours at all. And as men, I get it. We want to be the hero. We don't want to be the zero. We want to be a part of the journey. That helps us to find our purpose. It helps us to find if we're needed. And that helps define our ability to be able to be respected within our purpose in life. Some words of wisdom. Now, those are some nuggets. I trust that those will register with many of you out there. Now, what I want you to do right now is I want you to comment in the comments below, I let go. If you've ever had or found yourself in a situation like this where you've just been caught up in it again, taking on somebody else's problem when I don't got to, it's theirs, that energy. And if you want to be, and I dare you to be bold today, I dare you to be bold and take the next step. Go and be courageous. Courageous. Go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and do a courageous thing for you. Make that decision and book that 30-minute complimentary call with me today. It may change your life. We may find that you are a great fit, that you find me as a great fit for you as a coach, Coach Jesse, for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Let's do this.